Hey guys, hello people. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you guys. Yes, yes. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you people. Nice to see you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. Nice to see you people. How are you doing? It's a bright Saturday evening. Yes or no? And I'm so very excited to meet you guys. So very excited. Today is our day 27. Yes, the day 27, and we are doing some brilliant stuff, guys. Here, day 27. Yeah, and we are into this amazing life journey of performing these great routines. Week by week, we have progressed, guys. Week by week. Now, this is what is wonderful. Every week there was something to do. Every week we were growing one more step closer to our success. Yes or no? We upgraded our mindset. We looked at the positive side of the things, avoided the negative side, and kept moving on, kept going on with time. We understood why your subconscious mind is pulling you back, and then we decided we are in command. Then, guys, we all took the ownership of our lives, having a great amazing life. We took that charge that okay, we want to live a bright future, and you guys owned your present moment, and that's where you guys got so committed into this life routine along with me. Truly incredible, guys, truly incredible. And then you understood the fact like okay, no matter whatever your past would have been, but you taking efforts today will determine where your future is going to head into. And that's where we got serious people right here in the group, and we define strategies. We defined amazing strategies of how you can train your subconscious mind, defining a pattern of the window of 10 p.m., then doing these success affirmations, positive beliefs about yourself, and you do it repeatedly along with emotions, along with feel, and it is going to get way into your subconscious mind, and that will become your default way of living life. And that's what we did. And then we entered into this third week, a truly miraculous week, guys, where all our potential, whatever you want to do in life, all your dreams are going to become true. We entered into that third week. We did a lot of enough brainstorming. We identified the four core pillars of life, and then we spent a lot of time in figuring out what we want to do in these four core pillars. And then we defined strategies of how to make these goals possible in all of these four areas. And not just defining it, guys, we made it practical. Since this past week, the fourth week that we are into, we are waking up every day in the morning and catching up live 6:30 a.m., where we are working together to make this goal achievement a dream come true. Every single day reminding, recapping, reliving, realizing what our potential is, and we have been doing that. But one great thing which happened, guys, since past 1 week, not just the goal achievement, we have started changing our entire morning routine. The miraculous 3 hours where we are pulling up out of this time fragment and growing it and applying it on a daily basis, we started applying that, guys. And many people waking up at 5, waking up at 5:30, 15, waking up before that as well. And now people becoming serious, owning their morning routines, performing meditation, hugely important, exercise, hugely important, cold shower, usually required for electrifying yourself, and then goal achievement. We started with that. And as part of the evening routine, guys, we opened some great aspects of things about the industry, about how you should work, how you should get the job. We started uncovering those kind of things as well, and it has been our evening routine going further. Brilliant stuff, amazing stuff. This has been, guys, the past 28 days of your life, of my life. You might be realizing there might be so many people who might not have utilized, who would have just waited for this corona lockdown and all that to get over, but not we. That's the scope of every human being. You decide whether you choose whether you want to become miserable, or you choose the possibility of doing something great. And that's what we made the choice, and we lived the 28 days to a greatest full possible extent. And today is our 27th. We just have one more day to go, guys, as part of this amazing life transformation. And you should know it, it's not one time effort. Whatever we learned, we have to keep applying, keep reminding ourselves, and make that as your way of living. Then your life becomes different. then you as a person become different. Yes, this is what we are going to we deal with it. Now you have to keep living with that. Fine, fine, fine. All those things done. Now what about today? The time right now is 10:05 p.m. Yes. And yesterday I said one very important thing. Since past back to back days, guys, we have been doing some practices like, okay, what kind of things, how you should spend your time if you're trying to get a job, how you should do that, how your planning should be. That was one day. Next day immediately we said like how you should plan in order to like get the interview calls, and then we even spoke about the factor of how should you behave or operate in interview. All these things we spoke about, guys. Yes. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And then yesterday we spoke about we brought a HR with us, spoke something about that. And today, guys, I want to talk to all those people and even your future, all like as a fresher or as a beginner trying to get inside the IT industry, or others in the group. There are some working professional as well who are like at the very entry level of their careers, like 0 years, 1 years, 2 years of experience. I want to talk to all you people, like how important this entry level time is and what you should do to lay down a very strong foundation of your IT career. Because these initial 3 to 4 years, guys, okay, 0 to 4 years, 0 to 4 years, this time will define how great your peak start in your IT industry would be. If this growth is small, after 4 years the market expectations will be different, and then coping up might become more problematic. And that's where I want to give some valuable suggestions to a lot of people, which as soon as you enter into the IT industry you need to apply and then get going with life. Okay, now the first thing, guys, okay, first of all, don't get fooled with the comfort that IT has to offer. Okay, many people would be like getting trapped with that, like enjoyment and the fun factor. Many people would be like so blinded with like, okay, I have completed my college, I have lived my life. This is what, guys, telling you the honest reality. Many people like, I've done with my college everything, now it's my earning time, I'm making money, I'm now independent completely, I live my life on my own terms. All these beliefs would be happening. Somehow you got the job, you're into the IT industry, and what you would realize that in IT industry there is a lot of fun aspect and there is a lot of enjoyment part as well. For example, launch parties would be there when some projects are going through. There would be definitely some parties being thrown for that. Go live events would be organized, or like every quarterly or like 6 months you would be taken down for some outing somewhere. Team lunch would be there, like a lot of events, cake cutting, this celebration, that celebration. HRT would be keep doing something in offices, guys. Okay, all that is one part of IT. Understand that part exists, but don't get blinded just for the sake of that. Because many people in the beginners, especially only beginners, will be getting fooled with these things. Like when they are coming out freshly from college and when they see this kind of fun excitement, they would be so much just dedicated in this section, like enjoyment, fun, thrill, enjoyment, fun, thrill. Now what is going to happen? 6 months, 1 year, they would be completely blinded with that. And like if they are getting in that direction, they would get off focus from the core thing which is required, which is about your career. This is the starting point of your career, and you need to be right in the senses to apply your everyday in the right things. If you get sidetracked with this, your growth is going to become small and narrow. You need to understand that. So don't get fooled by this. Enjoy it, but don't get mad about these things. Okay, it is a part of life. Enjoy it, respect it like that. There might be movies, there might be outings, there might be games, there might be resorts, there would be a lot of things there in IT. Okay, but that is one part of it. Don't get so mad, so crazy about it that you are off balance from the core thing required as part of your IT. I'll be getting to the core part, but first, important awareness. There would be a lot of other things, like in your office there would be gym, there would be libraries, there would be a lot of other things, like game rooms would be there. Now from companies to companies these things vary, but on a daily basis there are all these things. There would be canteens with free food also available. Now all of that is the comfort which IT offers, but you need to understand, maintain a proper line between not getting crazy about just all these things. Focus on what exactly IT expects from you people will get. So that's the first point which you need to make sure. Because I saw that people losing a lot of time if they get mad about all these things. 6 months they would be so much into this that 6 months they will not be even caring about their maybe some growth aspects, completely ignoring it. Now what is happening is 6 months slow down in the growth is happening. Okay, and basically all these, they are like you balance it along with your growth. Fine. Now the very important part which I want to tell everybody, Okay, we already know this thing. Time does not wait for anybody. Okay, time does not wait for anybody. It's just moving on, moving on, moving on. Whether you apply it in the right way or the bad way, it will just move on. Okay, and now what is happening is, as soon as you get a job offer, as soon as you start working, on paper your experience is growing. Yeah, now whether your knowledge grows or does not grow, that does not matter. Yes or no? As soon as you get an offer letter, you have a joining letter in your hand, you are enrolled in the company, your time starts counting. And maybe if you are 1 year in that company, whether you have learned anything in that 1 year or not learned anything, nobody worries about that. When you're moving out of the company, at that time you would be getting a relieving letter where that entire 1 year date would be there. Yes, that means as soon as you get in, you have a proof that you have spent 1 year in the IT industry. But that is not the proof that you have learned or grown 1 year in experience in IT industry. You can still be a fresher, but on paper have 1 year of experience. Very important fact, you need to understand that. Many people, they just get fooled like, okay, I have a paper certificate, like I have spent 2 years or 3 years in IT, so job getting is going to become easy for me. But guys, understand this fact, you will be getting job only based on your knowledge. And that's where many people get fooled. And when your eyes open, when you are 2 years 3 years of experience, at that time when you try facing interviews, then you realize that you have wasted your 2 years not really growing, and you don't know anything. You are still the basic, maybe fresher plus something, but not actually what you wanted to become. Understand this fact, like your experience means what work you have done, not how much time you have spent. Don't get fooled with this technique. What will happen is, 3 years from now, everybody, you plus a person who has actually done something very good in this 3 years, both would be having 3 years of experience, guys. But they walk in into the interview, he would have a genuine experience, you will have on paper experience, and there is a big difference in these two. And the people who genuinely work, genuinely explore, genuinely grow, they will get more opportunities in life, not you. So understand, the second eye opener for you people, don't get fooled just with the experience certificate, because just having it on paper does not mean you have that much of knowledge. The actual working and experiencing that means the whole stuff. Second important thing, these are the blind beliefs. Okay, people are like, okay, what will happen, I have 3 years of experience, what will happen with that, right? Feeling proud. But once you start facing interview, you would realize that your knowledge is not up to the mark, and that's where tension starts binding up. Now what should I do, not what should I do? Very mediocre life will going to start there. Initially there would be kick, then it gets flat. Fine. Second important thing, guys, if you want, you can take some notes of that as well, running notes. Okay, these are some mental beliefs you need to clear out. Then you can focus on the right things which are required from, like, don't get fooled in the IT magic and all this luxury and stardom of IT. Okay, feel enjoyed, you would be having money, live a lavish. Like, many people, like, they get so crazy, like Saturday Sunday 2 days of what should I do, what should I do, like mad about it. Guys, work on yourself. Grow yourself. Utilize your weekends in proper way. Have movies, have fun, but apply it for your growth as well. Stardom of IT, guys. It might fool a lot of people. Don't get trapped in that. And now the second, experience on paper does not mean anything. Genuine working experience means the whole deal. Fine. Now taken. Now, third important thing which all you people need to understand, every segment of IT has some learnings for you. For example, when you're 0 to 2 years of experience, at that time, what you're supposed to learn is different. 2 to 4 years of experience, what you're supposed to learn is different. 4 to 6, different. 6 to 8, different. Okay? It's very important for you to understand what that segment of experience is expecting from you. You need to figure that out. And once you figure that out, in that much time itself, you should learn those things. So when you are saying you are having 0 to 2 years of experience, you need to understand what 0 to 2 years of experience person should actually be knowing. And then once you know that point, then you should put your massive efforts to actually learn that. I'll come to like strategy, how you would be knowing that as well. But important thing, if you don't learn that, The time is still passing. You might be spending your time in a lot of leisure things of IT, not really learning the core. Now, what happens? Some things you were expected to learn in 0 to 2 years of experience, but you have not learned that. Maybe nobody told you, maybe you didn't explore. Somehow, you have not learned that. What is going to happen? On paper, it is still the time is passing. You will get 3 years of experience. Now, what will happen with 0 to 4 years of experience? You have to acquire new learnings. That's where the problem starts mounting. Like 0 to 2 bracket learnings you have not taken first of all, because you don't know that you are moving along with the time. Now the market expectations are changing. With 2 to 4 you have to acquire new things. Now you will be like in a complete trauma, like what is like old expectations, what is like new expectations, and you would realize by the time is like 4 years of experience you would not have learned what the market expects. And now when you start hunting in the market, you would realize that your knowledge is not up to the mark at all. Biggest learning for all the people, and I'm now genuinely telling it based on like I've conducted so many of the interviews for 3 to 4 years of experience, they are nowhere up to the mark, guys. Many people, 80 to 90% of the people just being rejected because they are not in terms of expectations. 4 years big means a lot, but they are still behaving like juniors. 4 years means you should be independent, functional application builder who can code, who can analyze, and even guide juniors. But with 4 years of experience, what the market is having right now, they are having people like something who can just work like 1 year, 2 years of experience. That's a real problem statement. So you need to figure out what your current experience level expects from you, and then justify, learn that, because it is a step by step process, guys. When you learn 0 to 2, then you would be confident, and then 3 to 4 you would be able to absorb very nicely. Without this learning you cannot even acquire, right? Because your brain will be not mature enough to take on the next set of learnings, and that ladder keeps happening throughout your life. Very important. So now how should you understand what that segment of your career expects? Few things. Talk to your leads. Okay, everybody, like being a junior, you would be getting some mentors in your company or leads in your company. Freely go and ask them, hey, what is my expectation, what am I supposed to do, what are my roles and responsibilities, please help me knowing it, please help me defining a strong foundation. Show interest for learning, show interest for growing. Go and ask your seniors. Somebody will be guiding you for that for sure, because they know that you're fresher. They might give you like, learn this, train that, this, apply that, and work very effectively for that. Don't get blinded. Again, I'm saying 5 day working, 2 day weekends, and then enjoying on weekends, just moving out, having all the fun, blast blast blast. Sunday night exhausted with long late night parties, exhausted with that. Monday trying to struggle to open eyes. That's a very horrible phase of IT industry. If you adapt with that, your future is going to be a lot of challenging, guys. Understand this fact. Don't get trapped in it. Ask your seniors, ask your leads what exactly you should work on in this initial phase. Fine. If that helps, good. If not, we always have the solution which we have always been talking about since past 2 3 days. Job description. Just go read it in internet, what market expects from 0 to 2 years, what it expects from 3 to 4 years. Become that kind of a person. But important thing, understand what the current section expects from you. Talk to people, know it, and then work on that so that you get it. If you want to know one on one, like specifically your situation, you can drop me messages. I am having like 10 plus years of experience. I can say from 0 years till 10 years what is the expectations, what you should learn out every year by year basis or 2 year by year basis. That's how I work. Okay, so if you need some guidance of that side, I would be happy to give you people whatever learnings I have. Okay, so understand, very important thing. Now I want to tell you one real incident, which would actually open some of your eyes for some of you people. Okay, almost like 6 months ago, guys. Okay, 6 months ago, in one of my team itself, we encountered a situation. Okay, a person having 6 years of genuine IT experience. 6 years of genuine IT experience. He worked from companies to companies. He works on projects. 6 years. That means a lot. Yes. With 6 years, I would be having huge expectations from him. Yes or no? 6 years means something. He should like lead a module, own or mentor people, juniors, client interactions, coming up with design aspects, independently building up systems, improving the process, lot of things. 6 years means a lot of experience in IT, guys. Okay, a person recently recruited in my team, and like Fine, accordingly, I have expectations. What I do is basically whenever there is somebody joining my team, I straight away reach out to the HR and like I ask what is the package of this person, get some background about it, because I truly value like how much money they are drawing. Accordingly, they should be working. Otherwise, it's injustice for the company. I truly believe in that principle. Okay, so that's how like I straight away reach out to the HR, because at the time of interview, we people talk a lot, commitments, this, that, like okay, I'm doing going to do this good, but when you're on the flow, people don't do it. This was my observation, so I devised my own strategy. Reach out to the HR, know that what were the commitments by that person, know that what is the package which he is drawing. Accordingly, I will set the expectations, and you have to then perform to that. If you're not performing, bad remarks would be given, low performance would be given, and you would be facing the consequences of that. Fair and square, guys. IT is fair and square. It is expecting something. If you are providing it, well and good. If you're not able to meet it, then why are you drawing more money? Simple. People don't want to put efforts, but they want to have high packages. It doesn't work like that, does it? No, 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 it doesn't work like that, guys. You need to work hard, prove that you deserve that much of money, then further huge money will be given to you in appraisals. If just your packages are high and you want to live a very chilled life, not contribute back to the system, my team is not the place for you basically. And I don't know how IT will even take you, as you would become a burden for the system, guys. That's the reality. If you're not growing, just drawing packages, you would be the first people to be laid off whenever the market crunch happens. You would always be in the top 20% segment. Whenever something needs to be cleaned up, you would be the people who would be removed from the company. No knowledge, huge packages, you are the first targets. You need to understand that. Okay, so now coming back to my incident, like one of a person in the team, 6 years of genuine experience. According, he was getting decently paid as well, and genuine experience. I looked at his resume, came from nice companies and all. Okay, what do I do next? As soon as somebody comes to my team, I do a one-on-one with him to do the expectation settings, what I'm expecting with you people now. If that is not happening in your company, wherever you are right now, I would sincerely, not every person would be doing that. Okay, not every lead might be doing it, but it is your responsibility to get that thing done. Go talk to your manager right from tomorrow, Monday onwards. If that has not happened for you, a new financial year has started, guys. Last year appraisals might have happened or whatever the situation, but a new financial year has already started. Talk to your leads, like what is the expectation for this coming financial year, what are your roles and responsibilities, what do they expect you to do, and then try to abide with that. You would have something to speak about in the next appraisal, like hey, you said that these are my roles, I performed that, and now I'm expecting on a better side. If the expectations are not set, whatever you say, there would always be a manager who would tell you some reasons why you should not do it, because maybe he did not communicate or because you didn't ask. But in the end, who would be in the suffering side? You. So now learning for that, whenever starting with some job, go talk to your leads. What's your roles and responsibility? What is the expectations from a person like you? So now I did that for with that 6 years of experience. I told him very clearly, why this is your package, this is your role, and I'm expecting you to perform like this, like this, like this in my system. Fine. And we are like, okay, fine, all things fair and good. Guys, now what was the main observation, He was not even able to perform like somebody having 2 to 3 years of experience. In my team, I am having people like 2 to 3 years of experience. Whatever they are performing, this 6 years of experience candidate is not able to perform like them as well. What does that mean? On paper, experience is there, but knowledge is not even half. This is what I'm trying to tell to you people. Don't get fooled by just having things on paper. If you don't have that much of knowledge, consequences will be huge, impacts will be huge. You need to understand, if you need to work decent amount of money, work hard, get the decent amount of money, you need to give results to the system. If you're not doing it, then you are in the hot seat, guys, because I am responsible for my project. Because otherwise what will happen is, honestly guys, don't think from your perspective, think from the situation and the company perspective as well. As a lead of my team, I'm having a junior with 3 years of experience who is performing better than 6 years of experience. What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do? I cannot do injustice. I cannot get too emotional about that 6 years of experience person. Like he has taken loans in life and he's having a lot of family dependencies. I cannot do that. The market will never do that. It's not an emotional game. It's like, if he is that serious about his life, why did he not grow? Understand this fact. And I did what was expected to be done. In just 1 week, I took him aside. I gave him a feedback on his face. Like, guys, you're not even performing like a junior person which is there. I even pinpointed, like, this is what you're not performing rightly, and you should put more efforts in that. But now, guys, subconscious mind stuff. When you are adapted to laziness, when you are adapted to not growing, that person was adapted to that for past 6 years. How will he change all of a sudden? He was not able to change. Okay, he was not able to change. Just one day he tried putting in the efforts, and from second day the efforts were also gone. I was monitoring him. The leads will knowingly or unknowingly keep an eye on what is happening. Is the people performing the way they are supposed to be? I was closely monitoring. Guys, I told you, whenever a new person joins in my team, I don't trust people. They have to earn the trust. I don't know whether the rest of the IT industry is also doing it like way, but I feel that's the right way of doing things, because I don't want to compromise on my team, on my people, and I want them to grow. And when they grow, I pitch it up to the management like, yes, they have grown, and now you have to justify it with proper money and stuff. But if they are not growing, I am equally brutal to them as well, because they are injustice then in the system. Truth of life, guys. Now you need to understand this factor. I told him fair and square, you're not even performing to people having 2 years or 3 years of experience within our team. Just compare yourself. And I then tried to help him. Okay, do these things, do these things. But worst observation, just for one day he had that energy. Okay, I will do some seriousness for one day. Dropped from the second day as well. Just went down bad. Now what am I supposed to do? I gave him one more reminder. I followed different ways. Like, now there are other senior people of my team. I said, if I speak it, then it becomes very official. Let me now communicate, not communicate again and again, because then it would become very serious. And when Tausif says, it is an official word, because I am representing a manager to my team. So I told other people, the other seniors of my team, guys, you go and try to support him. Tell him ki you are not performing, even though you are being monitored, you are not performing as per expectations. That kind of funda happened, and we observed him for one more week. 6 years of experience. Guys, there is family dependency. A married person, loans running, not growing. What can I do? Let me tell you what is going to happen if I don't take action on him. You need to understand the other side. IT is not brutal. Point is, we are not ready to understand the expectations, not ready to perform to that. Then how things will work? Now what happened? I told everything, I'm monitoring it, but the person is not ready to change. In the end, what would happen, if I tolerate such a kind of candidate within the team, when the appraisals happen, the other people who are way too productive in my team, be it juniors, people observe it, right? They will be like, he doesn't perform anything, you are still paying him nicely, he's still so happy without doing any work, and I'm working morning to evening, working over weekends, and you're not justifying me the way it is. I can simply say, "Look, you have less experience, he has more experience," but then you have a logical point. And the point is, when he has that much experience, why does he not perform like that? And when I am junior, why are you expecting me to perform like that? And that's the real truth. That's the real truth. I don't know whether all the managers will be facing it. That's where right leadership is required in the IT industry, not political leadership. The right leadership is required. That is what I have learned from whatever I have been. But you need to understand that fact. I cannot do injustice. And that's where I had to act. Regardless of how painful that person's life situation was, I acted. I added him in the performance PIP, performance improvement program, which is a 1 month program where we observe if you don't perform, you would be removed from the company. I officially dropped an email to the HR, CC'd him and the HR team. We spoke together. Like, this is just in 2 weeks I had to take action, guys. Why? Some people would be like, why just 2 weeks are enough? Guys, you should stop the fire when it is right about to spark up. Okay, you cannot actually allow the fire to catch your entire factory and then you try to save it. This is what have been my way of doing leadership. observe things which would become blunders in future. Many of the people, all you people who are growing in your experience, once you get a sign of something, right in advance, fix it. Don't wait for things to get blunder and then try to fix it. Your life would be in too much problem, and then I have to act into, this is what my experience has taught me, and I've seen it work miracles. So I then acted. In 2 weeks of time, we added him in performance review, and then also he didn't improve. And I know why. The subconscious did not allow him to change, but I was keeping on telling, and I gave honest feedbacks, but that person was not ready to understand. He's like, it's fine, somebody else in the market will pay. But guys, this is a short term solution. If you're thinking of building a 15 to 20 years of IT experience without knowledge, if you just think switching is the option, let me tell you, sorry, that's not the right way of doing. Very shortly, nobody in the market will be consuming you, and only those people will consume who will not give you enough work and opportunity to grow, and you will still be at the low layer in the IT industry for a long time of your career. Brutal truth, but that's how it works. If you don't value time, if you don't understand and grow along with the time, future is going to be dark for all you people, and understand it before such situation happens for you. I think you are in the very earliest stage, so you should understand that. Fine, big learning to be taken. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Now, a recent story, guys. Not even 3 4 months. Okay, very recently, just before this lockdown. I think it was in December, Jan, kind of. Okay, okay. What happened? What happened? Okay, so a recent story, people. We recruited somebody having 3 years of experience. Okay, 3 years of experience within the team. At the time of interview, lot of promises, lot of commitments. 3 years, lot of promises, lot of commitments. Accordingly, getting paid that much because people say all those. When coming on the floor, completely turning the behavior upside down. Immaturity, guys. Immaturity. When you get knocks in life, then you would not get this mad. Because there are people with 6 years, 7 years of experience, they understand the seriousness of this situation. But immature people, 2 years experience, 3 years experience, they have not seen life. They think that they can do whatever they wish for. But you need to understand, there is a company operating. There is serious game. This is about life. This is about money. Child games does not exist in organizations, guys. You need to understand child mentality. 3 years experience, maybe very talented. That's where he's there. He got the package. But when on the floor, not ready to give the commitment. Everybody's following a different working times. He's like, no, no, I want to live on my own terms. I'll be leaving early every day. Does it work like that? Immaturity. I'm not saying all the people will be like this, but there would be some sick mentalities like this. And I want you people to not belong in these people's category. Don't think that if you're talented, then everything will be tolerated about you. Wrong. Nobody is going to take that. Don't do that stuff. It's serious game. Don't think that your talent is going to fight for you forever in any life situations. It is not. The person came, recruited, he was trying to live on his own terms, but you have to be in the system flow as well, guys. It doesn't simply work like that. Now he was trying to like define his own ways. No, no, I want relaxation, I want this, I will come late, I will leave early, and when I work also. Then guys, if you are not contributive to the system, it really becomes very tough to digest all this nonsense. Okay, this is utter nonsense. Firstly, you're not productive, you're not getting the results. If you are that person who are really putting in the efforts and doing whatever it takes for the system, I would be okay to bear these things, I would overlook such things. But firstly, you're not ready to contribute to the system, and others are contributing, and you're like, you want to live on your own terms, relaxed life, relaxed time in office, you want to come late, leave early every single day. You know what, I used to hate that person in my team. For 1 week it was a tough mountain on my heart. Like, how can I bear this kind of a person? I know he's junior, I know he has not seen life, but that big of immaturity, that's serious. I gave him feedbacks. This is what I do. I gave him written feedbacks in emails as well as face to face communication. This is a blunder what you're doing. I would be expecting these things from you. If you continue like this, there would be a problem. Told. But now, what people, they don't know what exactly is the mentality. Still not changing. Still not changing. Guys, life is a bigger, serious game. Don't be childish. We had to act. Immediate termination. Immediate. We called him Friday night and, like, we cannot bear this anymore. You were given a lot of warnings. Immediately resignation on his face, and at that time he was crying, water rolling through his eyes. He was crying, red-eyed person. But I cannot help him. He has to help himself in that situation. I cannot give him one more chance as well, because I've already given him three chance of reminders. Don't wait for life to knock you so bad and then expect one more chance to come back from there. There are hints happening in life, guys. Keep your eyes open. Life is giving you circumstances and situation. Hints are happening where your future is getting into. You should learn from these hints, because when the final decision happens, there is no turning back from there. No turning back from there. So keep your eyes open when somebody is telling you something, guiding you something. These are warnings coming your way. If you're not performing as per expectation, these are warnings coming your way. Observe it, take it, grow from there. Otherwise, consequences will be huge. Second learning, don't get too egoistic, or don't think that my past I was a great talented person, now I can do whatever in my own ways. Guys, as long as you're contributive to the system, as long as you're productive for the system, as long as you genuinely care for the system, for the people, for the team, and apply your talent into results, you are valued. The moment you start taking things for granted, your value starts decreasing, and the impacts, no matter how great it is, be it even me, as long as Tausif is contributing from his heart and soul to the system, I am useful for the system. The day I stop that, I does not really require to be there. That's how life is. So your past is just a journey, but what do you do in your present? And now, guys, when I was talking to that person, he was like, I can show you, like, earlier in my careers I used to work so much hard, I have emails like late night stretching and all. But your past doesn't matter. What you are right now, that matters. A very big eye opening for all the juniors in the house. Life is a serious game. Don't play childish. And it has been like 3 months. He has been very repeatedly dropping emails to the HR. The HR told me, like, Tausif, we did this thing with that person. So far, he did not have a job. He's trying to he's trying to do whatever it takes. He's trying to hunt. And after that, this corona thing came. He doesn't have a job right now. He's not having money income. He's repeatedly dropping emails of apology for the HR. Hire me again, hire me again. And the HR said, Tausif, do you think we should hire him? My answer was no. We cannot do that. I cannot give him that kind of a chance again. I cannot risk it, guys. Even though he might have changed right now, I still am having a fear. What if I give him an opportunity, he comes back and then he tries to spoil the environment? I have to keep that buffer, right? What if he takes it personally, like, okay, your system did this thing to me, and he comes back to the system and tries to intentionally misuse the system? Whether he will do it or not, I don't know. But I don't want to give a scope of that. I'm like, no, hire somebody else. Fill up that position with somebody else. If you want to have it in some other team, I don't have a problem, but not in my team. Brutal truth. I cannot risk my project with such people. You need to understand, when signs are coming in your life, when leads or some hints are coming, learn from that. Don't be that immature. And in the initial phase only this happens. Once he gets these kind of learnings and knockings in life, and many other people will be getting that, guys. Once they get that kind of thing in life, then people become serious. But I want to tell you people upfront that this is what is the brutal truth of IT as well, and you need to understand this fact. Very serious stuff. Very serious stuff. Okay, now moving on, I'll just add a few more things, guys. Moving on, you have to keep growing every single day. Okay, be it not every day, but every month, every 2 months. But growth is mandatory. Growth is mandatory. If you are not growing, then you are in problem, and you need to understand that. Many people in IT just think like when the college days are done, that is where the growth time and the learning time was there. Now not required anymore. You know what, guys? Now the library which I have, the books that I have, what I read, it is way too much which I used to have it in my college days. And one day my mother was asking, like, what do you read now? And there are a lot of people who are like, you're working, why are you having so many books with you? What are you doing basically? Why do you still spend time hours together in reading and learning? Why it is required? There are no examinations for you. Guys, life is an examination. You need to understand that. And if you don't pass the examination of life, there is no showing face to anybody. In your mirror, you cannot face yourself. That preparation is for that. Okay, and that's where I'm telling you people on a very sincere note, even if you get job, you have to keep growing. You need to keep acquiring new and new skill sets on a regular basis. You would find that there are many companies available where growth is a mandatory part of the system. For example, every year there are some mandatory trainings which you people are supposed to do, maybe in your skill set, maybe in your personality. Those are mandatory. When I was like in my junior age, like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years experience, I was like, why do people force for these mandatory trainings? It is just some audio or video recordings you have to plug in, you have to just click next, next, next and do it. At that time I was not having the maturity of that, guys. Okay, I was not knowing, unnecessary time waste. And you know what, in companies they were like, you have to complete those mandatory trainings, then in the appraisal time it is going to get affected for you. I was not knowing the need of that because nobody explained me that need. Hey, this is useful for your career. I was like, time waste, let me work so that I'll get more results. This was my attitude. But life taught me, without growth there is nothing. And you need to have a hunger for growth, guys. Whether the company is demanding it or not demanding it, you demand growth from yourself. Grow on a yearly basis, acquire, upgrade new skills, make it your regular way of working. There are so many ways. You can take Udemy courses, you can do certifications on Amazon, AWS, blah blah blah. There are a lot of things to be done. You can get certified in a lot of things, but keep growing, keep growing, keep growing, because that's where is your future lying. As long as you grow, you have value. The day you stop, your value becomes flat. Important learning again, guys. Important learning. These are not just words. Don't take it and leave it. Okay. Now, fine. That is done. Now, what more? Okay. Always look up ahead in future, everybody. Very important. Always look up ahead in future. Don't be narrow minded, just caring about the present situation. Know it that what is going to happen after 2 years or 1 year. That's what. Be a visionary. People have always spoken about it, right? Have a vision, dream big. And who are these thinkers who dream big, who has a vision? These are the people who look in future. If you want to become a lead, then you have to live in future. You know what, guys? Like yesterday, like Friday when I was working, we were planning our next 2 months of work. We have everything in written, what date, when, what will happen, what will not happen. We discussed it with business. We have that roadmap ready for next 2 months of time. That much up ahead in future. As a lead for my entire team of 20 members, me and some seniors of the team, we defined that map. 2 months of vision, concretely, date by date, week by week, what work is required. That's what is my responsibility as a lead, to give a roadmap for the team to continue. But being at whatever designation you are, be it junior, be it somebody, but try to look up ahead in future. What after 1 month, what after 6 months, where is your career heading into? Do you have a vision that would help you to define how you should spend your present moment? That would help you to define, okay, you have to upgrade myself or you would leave it casual. Big thing again. Okay, don't get stopped, don't get stuck, look in the vision and do that. Important learning again. As a lead it would definitely be required, but with juniors also, try to think like, okay, what after 1 month, what after 2 months? Is my life really growing, or am I the same person year, month by month, month by month? And that would give you a trigger to keep growing in life. Okay, now the next, I've already spoken about it earlier. I just want to reiterate through that and then we'll close our day. Okay, the last topic for today. Okay, work for yourself. Work for yourself. Once more, work for yourself. Not for your leads, not for your managers, not for your seniors, not for your clients, not for the business. work for yourself. Because if you don't think that the work, I take it that personally, whatever I do in my company, I take my work like it's my work. I don't need anybody to monitor me, is Tosif doing the work or not. That's my job. That's what life has taught me. And this attitude is not right now. I was having that attitude right from the beginning of my career. It is my job, it is my responsibility. I don't need anybody to monitor me and tell me, Tosif, do this, do that. I own my work because I work for myself. If I am not able to meet timelines, that's my failure, and I know it better than my leads at that time. That's my failure because I am not able to do it. I am not growing in my personal levels. That's my incapability, and that's a serious problem for me. I can come up with n number of excuses, guys. Everybody comes up with n number of excuses, but the excuses will not grow you. I am the person where I am right now because of the mindset which I have, and I work for myself. No excuses, no complaints. I don't need people to monitor me because I owned my work. And now people will come with excuses for not working hard. They will say that I am not getting highly paid. They will be like, no matter how much hard I work, the credit will go to somebody else. It's fine, even though I do so much hard work, what will happen next year? I'll switch the job, I'll go somewhere else. Who cares about this project? These kind of silly, sick mentality people will also be there in life, who would just be not caring. But you know what? In a long run, these all people will suffer. Because when you work on yourself, you don't care about whether you're getting money right now or not. All you care about is your growth, is your ownership, is your responsibility. Because when you're ready to put your efforts and commitment, then more and more responsibilities will be coming to you. Money does not matter, guys. Money does not matter. Being interns, people burn themselves out for the sake of growth. Look at it. Life is a next 20 years game. If you don't have knowledge, money will never come to you. Never come to you, guys. You need to have the knowledge, you need to have the right skill set, you need to own your responsibilities. Like, okay, I am the person, you just give it to me, I'll take care of it. That's my work. Own it to that level. Don't give excuses for not working hard, guys. And when you do that, you will see that in a matter of 2 months, 2 years or 3 years, money will start flowing. Because in these 2 3 years, when you didn't give excuses, maybe 0% hike, maybe 0% bonus, but that did not demotivate you for not working hard. You were thinking of the long term, again, vision. In 20 years vision, the money will eventually definitely come, guys. You will be earning way too much. But when you will earn, when you have the right knowledge. But what the other people do of the society, the other beginners of the IT industry, they don't understand this fact. They are like, hey, no matter how much hard I work, just compare it to that other person who is chilling out. In the end, we are both getting the same package. So why should I also work hard? I will give up. What happens when you don't work hard, when you live it relax, when the appraisal happens, at that time you don't get more money as well, because whatever you do, the money comes like that. You don't get the money. So when you don't get the money, you further be like, okay, so market anyways don't gives me money, let me not work hard even more. It is a cycle which is never going to allow you to grow. And the main worst part which happens because of this, if you are not growing, you are not becoming capable to own big responsibilities. You're not growing for that thing. Like, I am leading a team of 20 people right now, but when I started my career of leading this team, the first biggest team was like 8 to 10 people. I've never done that. But what will happen if you don't show that signs that you can lead a 10-member team? IT is not a fool that to give you just opportunity for the sake of your growth and your money. Like, okay, I want to risk my project, Tosif, can you just experiment and see whether you would be able to deal with a 10-member team? Logical, guys. If you show signs that you can do it, then somebody in the top management will identify this guy is showing leadership quality. This guy is showing hard work and commitment qualities, and these things will give opportunities in your life. But when you don't work hard, when you come up with always excuses, these signs will never be emitting from your body. It would always be like, he's very casual. Can I give him that job? No, no, no. He's very casual. He has never shown that kind of seriousness because of no matter whatever your mental drama is running, money, this, that, X number of excuses. But from a management person, my opinion, no, no, he has never executed it. Like no commitment, nothing, never like gave back to the system, always thinking about money and all those things. No, no, that's not the right candidate. Move him aside. Like that, you would just be taken away from all the opportunities that you want for, and then your life would be you never get opportunities. Why? You have chosen that life for yourself. Okay, consider the another way, 2 years of experience but putting in hard works, because he says he knows I am in a 20-year game. If I work hard, then only I would be recognized. And that's what, guys, when I worked hard, then people identified, and I was like, I will be doing whatever it takes, but I want to grow, I want to give my commitment. People identify that, and when opportunities come, they will be like, Tosif is the person, give it to him, because I want to see. He, without that responsibility also he was doing it. Now when I give him that responsibility, money will come along with that responsibility, but now let's see whether he can actually perform to that, and now I would be more ready for that. If you are not ready, you will not be given opportunities, and when the opportunities will not be given, you will never become ready, and you will run into this cycle of never growing in life. You have to break this loop right now by changing your thought process. It's very important, otherwise lifelong in your IT career you would just keep circling in this bad ugly loop, where you will say I will not work hard because I don't get money, where the management will say I cannot pay him money because he doesn't work hard. And with that, you would keep switching jobs, you would keep doing the same thing in the next company, you would still keep switching jobs, but for how long? Have you really acquired knowledge in that kind of switching? If you have, then the market has something to give you. If you have not, brutal future is there for you waiting. Hope today's session would have opened some of the eyes for some of the people, but this is what it is, this is what has life has taught me, and I want you people to understand that as well. Don't get fooled. Life is a serious game. It has a lot of good parts to offer, but at the same time, you need to understand what is your contribution as an individual to this IT industry. And when you understand that significance, then you would do miracles in IT. Huge money will come, huge power will come, huge responsibility will come. But first, you have to prove it that you are capable for that. This is me, Tausif Sheikh, starting with success affirmations for day 27. Hope it connected, but define your life. Make this session as a milestone for leading a future life in IT for you people.